Hey VC, second video from me today, and this one's a special one. It's a thank you to LJ. LJ and I have become friends over the past 6 months or so, and I think he did a video recently about making connections, and I think it's fair to say we have got a connection. And we've talked about music backwards and forth over, and I actually sent him a package out a week or so ago, and I know he's done a video which I've just spotted to come up, so I haven't looked at it yet. But I emailed him and said I'd sent it. He emailed back and said he'd sent one to me, so it was a bit of a coincidence anyway. And I'd been able to get hold of something that he couldn't get in the US. But I had got absolutely no idea what he was sending to me. He didn't give me any clues, and I would, in an ideal world, do a lot on these blind openings, and I love how people do that. Brett did a great one of some stuff I sent him, and LJ did a brilliant one where Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, and got together with a group of others, and I wished I'd been part of that, really, because it was such a great result when LJ opened it, and it was a Rush album. I think it was Counterparts, off the top of my head, but you know, to be able to do, but I'm like a big kid. I'm supposed to be of a certain age now, but when I get something in the post, I've got to open it. I can't leave it all day and then open it. So I have a confession. I did open it, but this was the package, trying to hide our respective addresses on there. And I did open it up last night, which was good, and we spent the evening listening to the stuff in there. Now, it came in, there was a great bag in there, Newbury Comics. I don't know Newbury Comics and or the significance of it, but the interesting thing to me is I'd actually driven up from Newbury in Berkshire after a meeting which finished at 4 o'clock. So the first thing I opened, saw that Newbury. It's just this ongoing synchronicity which I find amazing within the VC. And then I opened the package, and there's a great note from LJ. It's, the sentiment in there is fantastic, and it's just amazing how people can get friendships going over the distance. But I want to talk you through these records because the first one is this. Everybody will recognise this. It's In the Court of the Kings and King by King Crimson. I've wanted this on vinyl. I've got it on CD. I've wanted it on vinyl for a long time, and I don't know whether LJ knew that or not, because I can't remember telling him. So if you did, my friend, thank you very much. This is it's on Atlantic. In the UK, it's on Island, I think, and the really rare ones are on Pink Island with a white eye, which is a slightly raised label. But certainly anything from the 80s. The 70s is difficult to find, and I had been considering buying the reissue of it because I think it's a great picture anyway, a great image, and I love the album. So that alone, LJ, thank you so much for that. So I'll just put that there. But then this is when it gets sort of interesting to me. He put in this an album which I have never ever seen before. Immediately I can tell it's an American issue. You can tell by the quality of the card is different from how it was for the UK. I think it's a 1980 release, and it's by the David Bromberg Band, and the album's called You Should See the Rest of the Band. Now I've since had a look on Wikipedia about this band, and I know that he's known for his lyrics. He's a multi-instrumentalist, and this is a live, side one's live. I've not listened to side two. But I can totally understand why LJ sent this to me, because if he knows that I love Bruce Springsteen, and he knows I love 70s Bruce and bands like Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes. In fact, Rob Elovox sent me the first 3 albums by Southside Johnny, and you can just tell that it's it's of a certain genre that I would like. So again, nailed on that, LJ. Thank you for that. The next one is really interesting. It's Yellow. 1 second. I don't have any Yellow albums. They're a Swiss band known for, I think it's called The Race, and most people in this country probably wouldn't know the band, but they'll know it from adverts because it's on also. If there's a car, and they usually speed it up so the car goes quicker. Now, the interesting thing about this is it's a 1987 release, 25 years ago, and it's got two featured vocalists. One of them is Billy Mackenzie. Now, Billy Mackenzie was the lead singer of, is the late Billy Mackenzie, sadly took his own life a few years ago. He's about a similar age to me, and they had one hit called Party Fears 2. And I was lying in bed thinking last night, after we'd listened to this, it would be a great VC competition to do people playing Party Fears 2, the single, and then singing along to it in the style of Billy Mackenzie, because he's probably got a singing range similar to mine, but he tries to sing like Mariah Carey does, over like 8 octaves. So if you've ever heard Party Fears 2, he goes, I take a shower and pour myself a drink, and that's the most normal part of it, and then it just goes off on this wild range, and I love the song really. So to find that he was on here. The second guest vocalist is an artist called Shirley Bassey. Now, Shirley Bassey is famous for doing Bond themes, probably worldwide. She's the last of the big band singers, if you like, of her generation. She was Welsh, born in Cardiff, and she's the only artist ever to do 3 Bond themes. I know that fact because we did a Bond themed New Year party here this year, and I got all of the Bond themes together, and she was the only one that had done 3, and the most probably well known of those is Goldfinger, and she sings on the Rhythm Divine on the second side. She's more famous in my mind though is because she was my dad's favourite singer, female singer, and my dad was, he wasn't very much, he wasn't an old guy, but he was the youngest. He was 8 years younger than his brother above him, and he was sort of from a musical generation before, so pre-rock and roll, even though he could have been into rock and roll and the Beatles, he wasn't. So all my childhood was spent listening to Shirley Bassey, and one particular album is Shirley Bassey live at the Talk of the Town, and I think my dad had a bit of a thing for her, to be honest, in the way that she used to wear quite revealing dresses, but she's probably knocking 70 now, but she might be past 70, but great singer, and really, so LJ, how he knew that, I do not know. And then the final one in the package was this, the Specials. It's an American issue of Ghost Town, and recently I've been listening to a lot of Two Tone. I've been listening to the Specials, the Selector, and Madness, and again, just complete synchronicity. I really like this. It was #1 for weeks in the UK, Ghost Town. I think I've not even looked in the book to see what the UK version of this might be worth, but LJ, you completely nailed it with that package. I didn't know what was coming. Thank you, my friend. The whole thing is what the VC is all about, and I'm looking forward to sending many more things in the post over to you over the Atlantic to people like yourself and Brett and Rob and lots of other people really. And I did something last week about sort of the selflessness of it, and it's not selfless giving because it is such a good feel-good factor about sending stuff to people that you know they'll appreciate, and it's brilliant getting something in return. Not that from me, that's not ever expected. So thanks LJ, I really appreciate knowing you, and hopefully we'll know each other for many years to come, and who knows, might get digging one day together. See you later.